Now I have the perfect garment
for
for this
okay for
podcast.
this podcast.
Wow, that was awful. Anyway, here they are.
Feel good about what we're doing. I think part of the reason why Montana doesn't have any cases too is because it's like they're sort of built for it. Like people, especially right
Yeah,
now, there's just
who the
like
fuck are you gonna talk to?
yeah, it's like, oh, talk to my two neighbors less than I already do. Just
Yeah,
maybe when I just don't stop in the middle of the road and talk to them. Done. I can do that
yeah.
for a
No,
couple
most
weeks.
people in Montana that talk to each other do it from a social distance anyway, because they're both in their pickup truck and they probably got at
Exactly.
least
Like,
6 feet.
dude, that's something that no one else will ever understand except for people who grew up in Montana, where you just are driving down the road and there's two pickup trucks. Just
Yeah, just
like
stop. Yeah,
like you probably know both of them anyway.
you're probably just like, Steve and Fred,
Yeah, and you're
we're
just
in the
like,
damn
wait.
road. And you're just like, honk your horn, just like, hey, Steve, get the fuck out of the road, you asshole. But then, like,
Exactly.
and then Steve knows you and is just like, fuck you, man.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. And then you see Steve at the grocery store the next. Is that a thing when you go home to Montana? Because for me, when I go home to Dillon and go to the grocery store, like with my mom and dad, Jesus fucking Christ, it's an hour and a half of like catching up with every idiot in there. I know half the damn people at Safeway.
Yeah, that's well,
I
I'm
don't
a little
hate it.
further
It's
away
kind of fun, but
from living there than you are.
yeah, you're right.
Also, your town hasn't gotten totally screwed up like my town had. Screwed up in whatever. It
Yeah,
changed.
your town changed and got bigger. Like
It's yeah.
Kalispell, Whitefish, that area is big
It is.
compared to Dillon.
But like Whitefish just like it shifted. It got real expensive and so
Mm-hmm.
pushed a lot of people out, and so maybe not so much, but guarantee if I go to the grocery store I'll probably run into at least one or two people that I
Yeah,
know.
in Dillon, it's like when I go there, it's like half the people. Still,
Yeah.
even I've been away for a couple years, still like half the people. I'm like, oh, hey, how's it going? They're like, oh, you're back in town. How
Right.
long you here
What
for?
hell?
I'm like,
Yeah,
just
exactly.
a few days. Well, where are you living now? Oh, Oregon. A lot of liberals there.
Yeah, they're just like,
Just
I'm
like,
gonna
yeah, we get along though. They're just like,
most of the people like don't even know
I
where I
wouldn't
live.
be able to live there. All those liberals. All right.
Right. Like, all right, bud.
uh, well, it's fun.
I don't know, for like a minute when I was thinking about like wanting to move. Well, I kind of want to move back there. I wanted to move back there. Then I went back
Mm.
there and I'm like, I don't know. I got back
I
to
don't.
Oregon and
I
I
don't know
really
if I
like
would want to
Oregon.
live up in Northwest Montana. I haven't spent a lot of time up there, but I don't really like it.
Really?
I
I
like
don't like
Glacier
it.
National Park because it's pretty, but
Yeah.
I really like Southwest Montana better.
Well, yeah, that's because you already grew up, whereas I
I
grew
know.
up there. Like I'm like in the
Yeah,
Flathead
that's
Valley, and I'm just like, oh, like. But I think what it is I'm like I'm going for the feeling that it was when I was there.
yeah, and I feel like if I moved back to Montana, it would be weird for a little while, and then I would end up back in it probably.
Well, like, so I moved back to my parents' house for like a year, kind of, like sort of, and
Mm-hmm.
it was like mentally I regressed to like the state that I was when I lived there, and I still feel that even when I visit,
Mm-hmm.
where like my mom's asking me to do shit, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm like, what? I am a 34-year-old adult. Why am
Yeah.
I getting all like
Oh, I've noticed that so
teenage
much
angsty?
when I go home to visit my parents, it is right back to like I'm a kid and they're my mom and dad.
It's
Now,
bizarre.
what's different is when they come to visit me, it's so much more stressful. I can do the I'm a kid and they're my mom and dad. It's not
Yeah,
stressful at all. It's very clear cut.
right.
And and also I had a good relationship with them. So it's like, I just like cook some food and then my food is amazing. I'm a great cook, the best. And and then they do the dishes and it's great. They're just like, "Oh, you cooked. We'll do the dishes." I'm like, "Yeah, that's why I cooked." And yeah, so we it works fine, and they're just happy I'm there, and I just kind of chill out, and it's fun. When they come here, it's like extra responsibility. Like I'm responsible for them having fun. Not that they put the pressure on me,
Right.
but it's like more stressful. And like I get annoyed when they tell me to do shit in my own house.
Yeah.
You
No,
know, like if
totally.
my mom's
Totally.
just like, "Hey, Nick, pick your fucking shit up off the floor" in her house, I'm like, "Yeah, fair enough." And I'll hang it on a hook. But if she's like, "Nick, why do you have your things on your floor?" I'm like, "'Cause I fucking pay for this floor.
Pay for this floor. That's
I
where
pay
that
the
shirt
rent on this
lives.
floor. I paid for this shirt. I
And I
paid
pay
for
for
the
the floor
rug
that it's
that's
on.
on the floor that the shirt's on. I paid for all of it. I paid all this money. You guys don't help me with money.
You are a guest.
Not cause you
Walk
don't
around
offer
it.
occasionally,
You
just cause
work
I don't ask.
around it.
I fucking paid for it, so I'm gonna fucking put my
Yeah.
shirt on the
It
floor. I don't know, and then I get grumpy about it. I can't just be like, "Yeah, it's just my mom being a
Man,
mom."
that's weird because like I clean my house before my mom comes, so that
Oh, I clean my
isn't
house, but I
that
clean
there
it by
isn't
my
anything.
standards. So there's
Okay.
occasionally still something on the floor.
Yeah.
And that's my mom's biggest pet peeve. Nothing can be on the floor. I don't know why there's a damn floor if you're not supposed to put anything on it.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, what I do, which is just have a rotating clean laundry pile on my floor, that might be something I need to grow out of by the time I'm 60. But, like,
I think that's one of those things that's like a girlfriend or somebody's gonna
yeah,
they're gonna change that.
somebody might get annoyed at that
Like
repeatedly.
when I've lived alone, my habits are pretty terrible. But like
Yeah, like
when
right
I
now I'm
live with
quarantined alone,
somebody,
so I'm the only one that I'm not even slightly inconveniencing by just
yeah,
being super lazy and not hanging up clothes.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, our house is a pretty big mess all the time, so that wears off eventually, and then you kind of just fall into your
Yeah, I did
routines.
tidy a couple things up because I had some dude came over. I'm getting an AC in here soon,
Oh,
and a
cool.
dude came over to like measure my window
Hmm.
so he can build a piece of plexiglass. It's one of those floor mounted. It's I can't have a window mounted one here because of the rules. It'll fall out the window and kill somebody or something.
Mm-hmm.
So he's measuring up the window to put in plexiglass so that the little tube from it can shoot out the window.
Gotcha.
Anyway, so I
Well,
didn't
yeah,
want the house to be a
that
complete
sounds
disaster. I
fancy.
didn't want him to like trip and then I have to
Yeah,
pay, liability.
I don't have a window unit. I
I
have
wasn't
one of
trying to
those.
impress this guy. I just
One of
didn't want
those,
him to
but I
trip.
don't have plexiglass. You're like, that's like fancy. I just have a bunch of duct tape stuff that I just duct taped a bunch of cardboard and it falls down a few times over the summer and I just reapply the duct tape.
Well, I don't know. They're hooking me up with plexiglass, and
Oh,
they fucking better for what I pay for this goddamn place.
yeah, that's dude. When we
Gotta
first
hook
moved
me up
here,
with
I
diamond. They should take
diamond.
a sheet of diamond
There you go.
and just find the biggest diamond and cut it into a eighth inch thick,
Eighth inch.
like a diamond window.
That's a small request, just a tiny request
Yeah.
from your people. Yeah, when we first moved here, we were like, we aren't gonna need air conditioning, whatever. And then like a month, like maybe 1 month into the summer, we were like, we work from home. I cannot handle this at
Yeah, no,
all.
that's what I was thinking. Well, this past weekend you were gone, but it was 87 degrees
Oh, was
and
it?
sunny both days.
Oh, okay.
And fuck, it got hot in my house.
Yeah,
And
it
I was
gets.
feeling like half sick, you know how when it's
Mm,
like too hot and you can't escape it, and I don't know, for me, I just start to feel sick,
hmm
you know. So
It's
I was
like
like, man,
summers in Minnesota.
yeah. And I was thinking, I ought to wait and see how long I can go because AC is $300. And after a day and a half of that, I bought one.
Yeah,
Like I just went on Amazon and ordered that shit,
yeah.
and then it's been nice and cool this week. Like
Well,
that's
see,
been saving my life.
we
But
fucked up. Like we were like, we don't need one, whatever. And then we pushed it to like way too, like it was a couple, like we weren't sleeping. It was like, all right, we gotta get one. And so then we started going to stores, and literally everywhere was sold out. And so I looked because we can't do a window one unit in my place just because we don't have a window that it would
Yeah, I
work
don't
in.
have that kind of window either. That's the
All of
other
my
reason I
windows
can't do it.
slide side to side and don't really open enough.
Yeah, mine all
So
tilt up, and it sounds like he might be able to do it in the tilty window, but I may have to do it in the sliding glass door that's in my
mm,
bedroom.
yeah,
And so I'll just have a very tall, skinny piece of
yeah.
plexiglass. But either way,
We just kind of move ours around.
yeah.
But it's funny because I've now bought 3 of these because every time we're like, we don't need that. And then and
The
then like,
portable ACs.
yeah, the
Do
ones
they
that look
work
like
pretty
little
well? They're about
R2D2
300
things.
bucks.
Yeah. So the one I have
Yeah.
now though
I got a
is
I got a
nice.
10,000 BTU.
I don't know any of the numbers. I
Oh,
just
okay.
know about like what you paid, and like in the past, it's the one that just has like the big vent on the top
Yep.
and then the tube that comes out. They're
Black and
all
Decker.
relatively the same,
Okay.
honestly. I think I have like a Hitachi one or a Mitsubishi or something.
A Mitsubishi.
I don't remember which brand it is. Maybe it's Black and Decker. I have no idea.
I
Because
don't know. I got
I've
the
bought
shit that had
several of these,
2,500 reviews on Amazon that was pretty
but
good, and I was like, all right, I was fucking.
we drove. So we go to see if there's like, I was looking at inventory numbers
Mhm.
on my phone at like different Home Depots, and there was one place that had a shipment, and so the one Mall 205. So I drove there, and I was like, yeah, I'm just like looking for this, and I pulled it up, and the guy was just like, we don't have any of those. They got bought before they were even off the truck, like
Wow.
honestly. And so I was like, do you know a place that does? And I had them look it up, and they're like, well, this place. And it was like, dude, I had to drive for like an hour outside of, because he was like, it's not that far. It's only X amount of miles. I didn't realize that I have to go across the river past Beaverton.
So you were
Like
out in like Hillsboro or whatever?
I was, dude, past Hillsboro. I was in I don't even remember what it was. It was real far. It was like,
Yam Hill or
we're
some
in
shit
like
like that. Like,
farmland. There's like tractors on the road,
yeah, you were
and there's just a
out in the
random Home
boondocks
Depot
there.
out there. Like there's no other businesses. There's just farmland,
Yeah.
some power lines, and then boom, Home Depot. And I go in there, and there's like 4 of them. And I
Mhm.
was like, shit, they only had the most expensive ones because they got smart. They were just like, well, we're going to restock just the most expensive ones and make some actual money. So I bought a pretty I think it was like $500 or something like that.
Oh
But I
wow.
was just like, I've already driven all the way out here.
Yeah,
Nowhere
you
has
you just
anything.
commuted. That was their
I was
plan all
like, all
along. They
right,
probably had a whole gang of the
dude.
$300 ones at that one, and they're like,
So
nah,
I'm
let's
rolling,
sell these expensive ones.
dude. I'm rolling the cart out to back to my car, and this like there was like this van that pulls up, and then
Mhm.
another car, and it was like they were about to close. And like these people all run up to me, they're like, where did you get that? And I was like, oh, it's in what, I'm like, it's just right in the front, they have them right up front. And they were like, oh my god, we've been to every Home Depot in the
That's
valley.
amazing. Everybody was sweating their balls off, and they're just like,
Yeah, and then
"Fucking
I keep
AC."
going, and I'm like I'm like putting it into my car, and this guy gets out of an Uber, and he's like, where did you get that?
This guy's
Like,
taking a Uber.
dude took an
He
Uber out there.
spent an hour in an Uber for an AC. Jesus
Dude,
Christ.
people were, they were
Hardcore, dude. I'm glad I ordered
hardcore.
one up.
No, you did it right. Like I should have, but like everything was back ordered. It was like you
Oh
couldn't
yeah.
even get it at
No, I
that
went to a
point.
Lowe's last night and bought a bunch of flower pots because the
Oh,
garden
okay.
center's outdoors. I felt that was pretty safe. Got some potting soil. I'm gonna grow an herb garden on my balcony. Trying
Oh,
to be
sick.
self-sufficient. I'll have like lettuce and herbs.
Well, okay, that's why I've been
And I
thinking
can get
about
the 22
Montana.
out. I could probably hunt some squirrels. I'm
Dude,
trying to.
I kind of felt bad. My parents, they have like I don't know, remember like ground squirrel issues right now, and my brother's been trying to hunt them with his compound bow because
Oh,
they have
I've
that.
shot me some. I've shot me some gophers with a compound bow.
I almost sent you a picture of all my brother's bow stuff. So for his quarantining, he got a whole bunch of hay bales and like
So
spray
he's been
painted
just practicing.
targets. Yeah, he's just been
Hell yeah,
practicing with
dude.
that.
I wish I could
I
do
meant to
that
do
here.
that while I was there, but I just never got around to
I
it.
have a bow here. I need to just go up
Okay,
to
this is for
Washington
real.
Park or whatever.
This is for real. If everything stays the way it does,
Hmm.
I want to learn how to fly fish kind
Okay.
of again. I never, okay,
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I never fully learned how to do it. I just kind of was like, got the stuff, went out and just like tried to cast.
Yeah,
Like,
dude, we should do it.
watched a movie. Like I might have watched a YouTube video. There was something about some 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock or something like that. I don't
Oh,
know.
I can.
Like
Yeah, if
10 and
no, if you're
2.
at that point, then I can help you a lot.
Like I think I cast and then I lost all my lures and then I never tried fly fishing ever again.
Yeah.
I think that was what happened. I have my stuff here in the
Oh,
closet.
you've got a fly rod?
I have a fly rod.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I have a bunch of them, but like, yeah, I can help you.
I'm trying to remember. It might be Smith and Wesson. I have no idea though. I
It's
might be
probably
wrong.
not, but I think there's something with the word Smith in it.
Yeah, I don't. It says something and something. But that's not helpful. Like that can. Anyway, I'll
I'm
pull it
trying
out
to
after
think of
this
fly fishing
and show
brands,
you
but
it.
that's
Whatever.
yeah. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. But I was like, maybe Nick could show me how to cast and we could go fly
Oh
fishing.
yeah, easy.
Is
Yeah,
that
I
a
can give
summer
you that.
thing or is that more of
Yeah.
like a fall winter?
No, it's a now thing. It's a
Okay.
year round
Is there
thing here
spots
actually.
in Oregon?
Yeah, the Deschutes is pretty good. We could do
Okay.
that.
Ooh, that would be cool. Over in
Deschutes
Bend?
is still open. Not even just in Moppin.
Oh, okay.
So it's
I mean,
only
I'm
like
probably
it's
just
like
gonna
an
be
hour and a
out there
half to
casting.
hour and a half to 2 hour drive. It's kind of
Sure.
tough. Like it's not great. If you go down toward Bend, there's a
Okay.
river down there that's easier to deal with.
Okay.
Um
Because I don't have my waders or anything anymore. I got rid of all that. I literally have the
yeah,
fly
I
rod.
do have an extra set of waders, although they're for duck hunting. So they're like heavy neoprene with like
Okay.
super insulated boots. So if
Sick.
it's hot
They're
out
not
in the
like
summer, you
felt or
will
whatever.
you will die. No, they're super hot. They're neoprene and
Hell
they're
yeah,
five
dude.
millimeter they're for when the river they're for when it's so
Oh.
cold that once your legs get wet and you
Hmm.
sit out of the water for like 10 minutes, it turns to ice.
Oh.
Like
Okay.
it feels like you had like
Like
when you bend
legit.
your knee, you hear it go.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, oh, it's
Uh,
great.
I
That's
do. I did a photo shoot
how you
for
know
one of
you're
our
living.
underwears where I had the guy. That's why I have my fly rod out here. Is because I had him just
Yeah,
like
you said you
casting.
did like yeah, the
And I
guy
bought
fly
some rubber
casting.
boot. I just bought like rubber boots, like those Dunlaps, dude. And
Mhm.
it was so cool walking around in the river because it's like
Yeah.
it feels like your feet are getting wet because they're getting
Yeah,
really
I have
cold.
I have two pairs of waders. I also actually have three, but one of them I think leaks. One of them's pretty old. Um, I've got my
I
good
could,
ones
dude,
and
I
those
could just
neoprene
get
ones.
something cheap or whatever. There's actually a fly shop right by where my warehouse is, so I can go there.
Yeah, I've tried to go to that one once and it was fucking closed.
It feels
Um,
like one of those places that just has random hours, like, oh, we're fishing now.
yeah,
Like,
it was
we're
definitely one of
open
those.
at 6 to 10 for some reason.
Yeah,
And then
depending on
not.
how you can get some decent waders for like a couple
I
$100.
probably just go to Walmart or something too,
Yeah.
snag something. All right, we should probably
Yeah.
talk about shoes.
We should probably
Um,
talk about these shoes. Although
dude,
technically waders are shoes.
technically
They
they are
have they
shoes.
have well, sort of. They have some of them are stocking foot. So those are
Yeah.
more like very big socks that are also overalls. They're a very silly garment unless you need
Best
them, in which
garment.
case they're a very useful garment.
They're the perfect garment for
Nonetheless,
the right uh
now I have the perfect garment
for
for this
okay for
podcast.
this podcast.
Wow, that was awful. Anyway, here they are.
People don't come for the transitions. They
These are the Airmax 1 Tokyo Maze, Bjorn's favorite shoe,
oh man.
as he mentioned in our text thread before we did this
uh
podcast.
there are things I like about those, but overall I really hate that shoe. And
This
I don't know. I'm not fully sold on it.
all right. Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah. No, these are cool. I like them. They're one of my favorite pairs of shoes.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you don't like them because that's going to make this a lot more fun
Okay.
than if we just sit around talking about something that we both like. That seems
Like,
boring.
ooh,
Sometimes.
this is neat. This is neat. I mean, there's aspects that are kind of cool
I
about
like
it.
them. I think they're really fun and artistic. I like the Air Max 1 silhouette. I like that on the sole it's like clear and it says Tokyo Maze. Let me turn it so that
I like that.
you could read it.
I do like that.
Oh, you can't read
part,
it
but
because it's like the screen mirror view, so it's backwards and upside down and all that shit. Anyway,
I don't know if it is. I can
and
read
I
it.
like that the colors. I like that they did. They're black and white, but this one,
Like that they're slightly different.
like
That
the
they're
left one,
inverse.
is white with black lines, and the right one is black with white lines. The
And the
insoles,
insoles are different.
white and black. The tongue on this one is black. The tongue on this one is white. They have these. They're really customizable. They have little Velcro patches
All right.
that go on the tongue.
I still don't like them. I'm still not into it. The Velcro's not.
I don't care. This
Here's
isn't
what's
for
weird to
you.
me is it's like I
I'm
don't
not trying to
understand
sell
why
you the
you
shoes.
like
I'm
them.
trying to show the people.
I feel like I don't understand your taste at all, Nick. I cannot. I can't figure it out.
And
Like
that's the beauty of my taste.
it's just like this seems like something that you would be like, oh, it's got a Velcro. Oh, it's got Velcro on it. You can change it. Like, like I feel like you would hate it, and I don't understand why you like it. It's
I like it a
fascinating
lot.
to me that you like them because they look childish to me. They look like a children's shoe.
That
They look,
might be part of why I like it. I
they
think
like,
it's fun.
oh, they look. This is
Yeah.
like.
So
This is
here's
like
the other the patch I've got on them is
first day of school hype beast shoe.
that it is kind of a hype beastie shoe. It also
is.
comes with
The Velcro
these different
interchangeable
Velcro
things
patches.
that you can. And then
Yeah,
it came
that
with
you
a
can.
lot of laces, right? Because
Yeah,
I
it
do like
came
what you
with
did with the
it
laces.
came with a red lace, this kind of red and black and white speckled one. Came with black and white, and then it came laced up with rainbow colored laces. And
Which
I kind of like the rainbow laces. I thought they looked cool, but
I'm glad you took them out because I really think that they really bring the shoe. A shoe I don't like, they make them even worse somehow. Like somehow that lace just really. It looks like you just tie-dyed some laces at fucking camp. Like you were like, oh, look what we did, Mom. We tie-dyed these laces. And she was like, what are you going to do? Ruin a pair of shoes by putting them in there? Like, they just look so bad with that.
yeah.
I
No,
really don't like
I
those
thought they looked
laces.
cool with the rainbow lace because it was like they're all black and white, and then it's a
Yeah.
splash of color.
Okay.
I feel like this is by far the most like artistic, like kind of high fashion-y artistic shoe that I have.
Okay. Yeah.
Where they're trying to explore a concept or some, creative artistic bullshit like that. And so I thought, all black and white with a splash of color is kind of cool. And that's why I chose this when I switched the laces. I didn't just do this at random. I put some thought in when I switched the laces to the black and white. I put the white laces on the black shoe, and then I put this multicolored patch on them for
So that you still had the
the
splash of color. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because I thought that was kind of cool. All black and white with a splash of color.
All right.
And so that was my reasoning on that.
Well,
And I'm not defending
I
it.
liked
I'm
it.
explaining it.
I liked the choice that you made.
It was an excellent choice. As
I
we've
think
already
that part
established,
was
my
good.
taste is excellent. It's
So I've got them up here on StockX.
okay.
You paid retail for them, right?
Yeah, which is what, $150?
Like 140, I think is what it was.
No,
150. It looks like. And you got these off of the Nike app?
I did. I got them off the sneakers app when they
How
dropped.
long until they sold out?
Like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. They sold out really fast that morning.
Damn.
Those the Seoul Airmax 97s and the Shanghai Airmax 97s all sold out instantly, or like that morning. And then the London, the New York, and the Paris stayed around forever. The London was the next
no
to
one gave
sell
a
out.
shit about those.
Well, the London has actually gained some value. And I got those that morning too. I wanted the Seoul and I didn't get those.
Oh, gotcha.
I struck out. I got these and then I went for the Seoul and I struck out and then I went for the London. I got that. I never was a fan of the Paris and I was not really a fan of I wasn't really a fan of the Shanghai ones either. I thought the New York looked cool.
I guess I gotta look it up. The Paris.
Yeah. Yeah, Paris
Um,
Vapor Max. Yeah.
these.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of the Vapor Max in general. I don't
Those
and
just look like they're gonna get dirty. That's all. These are an interesting shoe. Nah.
yeah, they're interesting to
These
see.
sold out quick or not really?
No, those sat. Those
Nobody
were
liked
probably the
them.
worst selling of those and the New Yorks. But the New Yorks, it was because they had so much stock. The New Yorks were really cool. Uh, New York Airmax 98.
This one?
No. Let's see. Do Airmax 98 on air. Try that. I forget what they called them.
98 on air. These? No.
No.
Whatever. It's fine. So I okay. Initially, I hate
Yeah,
Air
what are your
Maxes.
initial
Thoughts, I really don't like these. I think they look really childish. They're like, I think it's like, it definitely looks like, oh, it's like a back to school shoe that
Yeah,
I
like
got,
somebody put a coloring book on a shoe.
like, yeah, they're like a fucking coloring book.
They're
And
fun.
it's just
They're
like,
whimsical.
you know what would go great? Like, why don't we wrap a shoe in the back of with the back of a cereal box? Like, that's what this looks like to me.
Yeah, you have yet to make a case against these shoes.
What? You're
I'm
like, oh,
in agreement with all of this, and
you're
that's
like,
part of
hell
why I
yeah.
like it.
Have you ever tried to draw on them? Like,
No,
to
I'm
do
not
the
gonna ruin
maze?
them. I have looked at it and been like, I had to do that maze one of these days. But then I was like, I don't. Then I colored some shit in. I don't want to fuck up my shoes.
Just, so I'm not a huge fan of Air Maxes just in general.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did go looking and I found, I mean, I'm going to try to get a pair of these ones tomorrow. I don't know if I want to talk about that or not, but I am.
Yeah, talk about it. Who cares?
Because I do, because if I don't get them, then I, you know.
No, then people will know we're real people, and you know that we enter, you know, the occasional raffle or try to get something off the sneakers app, and sometimes you get them, and sometimes you don't. That's just how it goes, dude.
It's those new Volt camo
Yeah,
ones that I have my eyeballs on.
bring
They
those
drop
up.
in a few hours. I don't know if they're on here yet.
They might not be on there, but they're
um,
the Nike website.
Yeah. What are they? Camo. Let's see if they're on here. There's like, oh, here they are.
Yeah.
The green camo 90s. These are the ones that I'm going to try and get tomorrow. Hope I can get them.
I like those a lot better than the duck camo ones, to be honest.
I like them both about equally, but I don't know.
I like that they made it a light colored, like a camo with a lot of gray in it, because I think the gray and the Volt green look really nice together.
Yeah, these are sick.
And those, I kind of don't like the camo.
Yeah.
On sneakers. Like, I'll probably get a pair at some point because I'm a hype beast when they drop some like Supreme collab that I decide I need or some shit. But like, I got away from wearing camo because like I'm sort of from Montana, and like everybody wears camo there as just because we have it. And so I wore camo there. Then when I moved here, I was like, I don't want to be a redneck, you know? And
no.
then also all the
I don't know. I'm literally
camo.
wearing a camo Montana hat right now.
No, and I know you like camo, and I don't hate it. And I'm warming back up to it.
Yeah. See, for me, what it was, and I think this is fascinating too. I think taste is a really fascinating thing because it's like what we really talk about a lot is our own personal taste here.
Yeah.
And taste comes from different areas. And I was trying to think I was just like, God, I do wear a lot of camo. And I was like, where did that start? Because I didn't always. I used to have the same feeling as sort of that you did, where it's just like, oh, another camo thing. This is ridiculous. But like for me, when I was living in Bozeman, Montana, it became like a running joke. Like, oh, Bjorn just gets the camo thing. Like, and I would just always get the camo thing kind of as a joke, like making
Mhm.
fun of people.
Yeah.
But then I like actually just had a lot of camo stuff. And the joke sort of became a reality. It was
Mhm.
like a weird, it's very odd, but it like definitely like it all started as just like a, oh, what's the most ridiculous thing? And I would always
Yeah.
buy stuff from like truck stops and just like, ooh, look, you guys, camo steering cover. And I just buy
Mhm.
it. And like it was kind of funny to my friends, but then like eventually it really became like my real lifestyle. And
Yeah.
God, sometimes I'll be like looking at
I
my
when I would
jackets and
wear
stuff, and
camo
I'm just
back in
like,
Montana,
really?
like, I used to wear camo a lot in Bozeman, 'cause I had a bunch of jackets, those Sitka jackets. I
Mm-hmm.
had a variety of those 'cause I had a pro deal on them when I worked at the fly shop, so I got
Yeah.
them for, like, 65% off. So they were just a little expensive after
Mm-hmm.
that, 'cause it's a pretty expensive brand. It's, like, super nice, I'm glad I had it, it was awesome for hunting, lightweight, warm, all that shit.
Yeah.
And it was fun in Bozeman because like the people that would come and talk to me about hunting because they
Mm-hmm.
saw I was wearing Sitka were like the people that I wanted to talk to about hunting.
Well, you gotta like Sitka brand stuff is different. That to me is like, I don't know. That's
No,
like a
it's real
different.
it's useful it's like camo for hunting.
Yeah.
Like for
It's
what camo's for.
it's not the ridiculous thing that I
And
was doing,
it's
which was
not the
just
hype
like,
beastie camo. Well, because I never got into the hype beast shit, and me and my hunting friends would always make fun of people who don't hunt but wear camo, like what
yeah,
you were doing.
yeah. That was, but I was like, this is ridiculous.
Like, if
This
I
is
hadn't been
funny.
friends with you, we would have just been like, "Look at this fucking jackass
And I
wearing
would have been
goddamn
like,
camo to the
yeah,
skate park. What are you trying to hide from? Are you trying to shoot a deer at the skate park?"
that's what I would say. I would say stuff like that. I'd be I like to look like I'm going to go shoot a deer at the skate park.
They're all right. Well, anyway, so that's
You
why
nailed
I
it.
that's why I kind of have like a oh fuck's sake with
Yeah.
camo on non-hunting stuff is because like I was too committed. Like I'm a hypocrite if I buy camo stuff that's not for hunting at this point because I
I
talked a lot of
gotcha.
shit.
So
Me and
see,
my buddies,
that's
we
that's
talked a
where
lot of
that
shit.
that's where that lifestyle, that like, where does taste
Yeah, like
come
I
from?
own more camo than probably most people by a wide margin. I got a shitload of camo stuff. I got fucking camo. Like I said, I got camo waders.
Well, it was just like one of those things, because when you're in Montana, there just was camo everything. Like there was always a camo option of
Hmm.
everything that you
Well, and
went to
here's another
do
thing in
and
Montana
get.
is there's the nice camo and there's the people that have like the hunting camo. There's also people who buy it because they want to look like they hunt and are
Yeah.
like rural, but they're from like Colorado, like
Yeah,
the city
exactly.
Colorado, not like they're from like fucking Aurora. They,
Right, right.
you know, they've never been hunting. They've gone down and hunted a burrito at Chipotle. Like that's what the fuck that they've hunted.
Yeah,
So then they'll buy camo. They're real treed out,
right, right.
just
I
looking
mean,
like a character in Duck Dynasty. And it's annoying. Those are the worst people. Whatever you were doing was fun
well, I
and a
mean,
little
like,
annoying
it's not, it wasn't, I
depending on where
hadn't
you
done
are.
zero hunting. I just didn't do it very often. Like, and I was sort of like, I was like leaning into that redneck stuff just as, at first it was
But
just
you
a
were
joke.
kind of doing it as a joke, and you were also with your skater buddies, which is different. This is guys who are like trying too hard to fit in
Like doing
by
it.
like pretending to be something they're not.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I would rather talk about hunting with someone who'd never done it if they were just like, "Yeah, I've never done it. I'd like to. What should I
hmm
know?"
Yeah.
Or ask me questions. But these are the kind of guys who will like lie to you and be like, "Oh yeah, fucking I shoot stuff all the time. Oh yeah, I've shot guns, man. Dude, my uncle has you know how many times I've heard my uncle has this gun or that gun, and I shot it once and shot a bear at 900 yards, man. Fucking shot it right between the eyes. I'm a great shot, dude. I
No,
only shot once, but I hit it.
I'm not gonna lie. I went hunting several times, did not shoot anything because I can't stay quiet long enough.
Mm.
And I get bored, and like I was like, that was I didn't get invited back. And I don't know. I mean it wasn't zero hunting, but yeah, I a little bit was that dude that you're exactly making fun of.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of jerk
Which
offs
is
like that.
hilarious. Which I
But
was
like,
doing, but I think also just like weird taste of like that is a thing is like sometimes people have to like sort of fake it till they are that thing. So like they want to be that thing, and so they
yeah, but
sort of fake
I
it
think there's a
and
thing that
eventually
you don't
become
do
it.
that some of these dudes did. There's like this level of being almost a pathological liar,
Okay.
like where you can't just say, no, I haven't done that.
Yeah.
Like, if somebody asks you, like, I would ask these guys questions because we were friends in like the dorms or whatever, it's
Yeah.
college,
Yeah.
whoever's around you're friends with.
You're like calling their bluff.
Yeah,
Like
exactly. They'd start talking. I was like, this dude's full of shit. So I'd ask him a question that I absolutely knew the answer to, and they'd start telling me something blatantly false
see,
with
if I was that
authority.
dude, I would have been like, yeah, I don't know anything about
Yeah,
I'm just
and
making it all up.
you see,
Like,
that's where it's different. Is like I'd be like, he'd be talking about guns or something. I was like, oh, what kind of bullets do you hunt with? Like, and he's like, oh, 300 Win Mag. I was like, yeah, but no, what kind of bullet? Like, that's the caliber. What kind of bullet? And you could tell, and then they just start bullshitting something where I was like, and then I'd tell them what kind of, I'd be like, oh yeah, I use the Barnes. It's called the Triple Shock X Bullet. It's made out of solid copper, and it's cool because it retains all of its mass. It mushrooms, but it doesn't fragment, so it just kind of punches a hole, doesn't fuck up the meat, transfers all
right.
the energy. You get a lot of animals as drop dead. It's pretty fantastic, and it's all copper, so there's no lead. And they're like, and you could tell they're like, oh, this is not. It was fun because it's like, yeah,
Like,
I know
well,
this.
all the
Don't
guns
don't don't fucking
that I
lie to me
had,
about shit I know.
all the
Go
guns I
ahead and
had were
talk about all.
22s because I thought that those were the most fun and they didn't hurt my hand when I shot
Oh
them.
no, 22s are fun. I like
It's just like
22s.
this is like if I'm just gonna be hitting a stump with something, like I don't need to be. It doesn't need to be much caliber. Like my roommate had some guns. What was it? He had like a Seiko. Oh wait, 308 Seiko, I think.
I have a Seiko. That's what
And
my
then
300 is.
he had a
Seiko's a nice gun. They're made in Finland.
God, I want to say it was the revolver that I don't remember what it is. It was the revolver that Dirty Harry had. He had
Oh,
that
like a
one as well.
44.
Yeah, and I didn't like that because it fucking hurt my hand a lot
Yeah,
when I shot it.
the recoil on a
It
big
was like
handgun, it's an up like that, and if you're not like it
it just fucked and like my wrists were always fucked up from skateboarding, and so I was
yeah,
just like,
it
I
kind of
don't like this.
tweaks your wrist, and
I
there's no way
already
to.
had wrist pain, and I shot that a couple times. I was like, yeah, no, let's go back to the 22. This is fun.
Oh yeah, no, I'm
Like I had a 22 rifle, and I think a little like
for just
22
shooting.
revolver
Well,
thing
that's how you get good at
to
shooting is you shoot
throw
stuff like
beers
air
and
rifles and 22s that isn't scary. So you build good habits and you're not going every
yeah,
time. Because if
exactly.
you do that, you're just gonna miss. You're gonna anticipate the shot. It's the whole thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
we can have the fucking American sniper shooting episode up in here if we want to
dude,
bore the rest of our audience. But like,
right? If we haven't lost half of our
yeah,
billions, we've
you
just
know
divided our billions.
we have divided our billions, and we've still got the billions that are making it great again. They're
That
hanging out. They're like, oh
they're
man,
into it.
how much more are they gonna talk about guns?
How much more guns are they going to talk about?
Second Amendment.
Well, we should probably go back to the
Yeah,
I'm gonna circle it back around to the Airmax stuff.
Airmax.
So and
Yeah,
I ended
this
up
started with a pair of shoes with rainbow laces and a maze on them,
I
guys.
know, right? And
Brought it all the way around to guns.
well, it's because of all the camo shoes that I
Mhm.
now let me think. Oh, no, I have one pair of camo shoes. We will do them. I don't even know. No, they don't even have camo on them. They're just a camo colorway.
Okay.
They're right behind me. That's why I looked.
Yeah.
they're just a camo colorway. They did have a camo lace that I thought looked really terrible, and for some reason the ones I got didn't come with those. Well, because they were resell, so they didn't come with those laces. But those laces look dumb anyways, and I would have switched them out. So I was looking at different Air Maxes, and I was like, all right, like the different eras of them.
Yeah.
And I don't like the one. I love the 90. I do like the 90, which is what this camo one is in. And then I don't like any of them. And then I just was like, oh, this. Have you seen the 720?
Yeah, with the big sole
It's
all the way.
got
I
the
tried
big
on a
sole.
pair of those at the Nike store once.
So-
I don't hate the 720. Bring it up so
Okay.
people can see.
Wait, but I gotta show you. I was just like, this is ridiculous. This is stupid. And then I found a 720 that I think I'm gonna buy because they're not very well liked. Nobody liked them. They're all over the Nike site. Like, so you can tell nobody liked them. They're reselling now for like $60. And I think that they're sick. I like them so much.
Bring them up.
And it's such a stupid shoe. I was like, oh no, I do like these. These
You're
ones.
right. Those are really stupid.
They're so dumb. They have
Those look like they
have a zipper on the side that clips
are they
together.
a collaboration with anybody?
They're the Saturn. I don't know. I tried to read up on the Saturn.
It looks like one of those shoes that like some fashion designer was like,
does.
oh yeah, let's make this look like a ski boot.
It's like, yeah, maybe that's why I like it. It looks like
a
ski
fucking
boot.
ski boot.
It does. It kind of looks like a cross country ski boot. Like if you've ever seen a cross country ski boot, that's exactly what they look like.
Yeah, it does. It definitely has a very boot-like look, and it's got a zipper down the side. That's a wacky shoe.
It's a
I could see
super
you wearing
wacky
that
shoe,
shit, though.
and I absolutely want it. I probably am gonna get a pair.
I do
Now,
like.
from the
I like
front-
that. I like that Volt-colored one on the to
This
the
one?
right. Yeah,
Yeah, so this is your more traditional 720.
I do like
In a
the
crazy
720.
color.
It's a kind of a cool looking shoe. It's real loud. I
It
tried
is.
on a pair at the Nike store, and I didn't love the way they fit.
Oh,
And
really?
actually, that's pretty consistent because I watched some videos about it, and it seemed like quite a few people in the sneaker world didn't
like the fit.
love the fit on the 720. Like it's not as comfy and cushy as it looks like it would be.
Yeah, that's what I was reading as well.
Yeah.
But I found this
do
really
like
cool
the way it looks, and if you like the way it looks, then
yeah. So I
That's
found this really
fantastic.
cool thing where I'm just gonna scroll through it. We're not gonna read
Mhm.
it. It's just like little quotes from people. But this is so you've got the one, the
90.
89,
oh,
the 90, which is the one I like. And then
Yeah.
you've got the 91, the 180. The numbers are weird. It's like sometimes you hit with the year, sometimes you
it
hit
was
with
the
this,
year,
like,
and sometimes it's some other wacky shit.
180-degree turn, I guess. The
Airmax
94,
2.
the
I
2.
haven't heard of some of these. Some of these just didn't take off.
No, or
Air
they
Max
just
2
they
Lite,
haven't.
they dropped a bunch of those last year.
Yeah, I did find some of those. There's the
95s
95.
people love. 95s is one of the most popular models.
Yeah, and they changed it a little bit.
There are a
'cause
lot
I
of
feel like
people's
these
favorite.
lines going around. This would be my least favorite. I hate this one like a lot. Like
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of
or
them
no,
either.
the 97 is the one.
The
I really don't
97 is
like,
one of my
with
favorites.
this like wave around it, and it
I
just
love the
doesn't do it for
97.
me, and I don't know why. There's no good reasons. This one
I'm
looks
not
like
a
a
huge
tiger.
fan of 98s.
98, the 99, 2003. There's the 360, the Vapor Max knit one,
Mm-hmm.
the 270.
270, which just has that big heel,
Yeah, which I
thing.
don't like.
and then the 720 continues the heel
720
thing.
Is just ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's just
I'm with you
ridiculous,
on the
like, alien
270.
shoe.
I'm with you on the 270. I'm not a fan. Although there's a pair of those dropping toward the end of the month that are a Travis Scott collaboration.
ones?
I'm 100% going to try to buy them.
Dude, I hate that I like pretty much all the Travis Scott
Because, yeah,
ones.
no, I'm a hype beast. They're cool, though. He's got some good
I like those
colorways.
green Jordan
green
5s
sixes.
so much. Or sixes.
The
Yeah,
sixes.
sixes with the little pocket. I like those a
Mhm.
lot.
I woke up
Then
and
I
tried to
found
get those
these.
off of the sneakers app. Took a L.
I had to show you these. I don't know what's up. It's like this, like, I don't know, this bendy thing on the side
Fucking
for
like
the
a bendy
swoosh.
straw.
Like, what is
What the
this?
fuck?
This is like one of the Nike employees had their kid design a shoe with the rest of their kindergarten class.
Who? What's the significance of that shoe? What's it called?
I don't know. It's a woman's or a unisex, but it's mostly women's sizes in it.
What's it called? It says cactus. What?
The
Cactus
cactus
plant
plant.
flea market.
I don't know. I tried to look up more information. I couldn't find anything. I just was like,
Interesting. Okay.
these are
Well,
worth a lot,
obviously
though.
somebody wants them.
A lot of people do. Like, if we wanted to get ours, if we wanted to,
It's
well,
like a
we would
size
be,
12, 11 and a half. It's
dude, look,
$1,000, dude.
like, yeah, I, I do not, I mean, something
For
that I realized
$1,000, there's a lot of other shoes that I would buy before that.
so many,
That's all I'm
like,
gonna say about it.
there's so many, like, you could get so many pairs of shoes.
You could get a lot of shoes for $1,000, or you could get one pair of really cool shoes.
Yeah.
You could get those. You could get those Witherspoons.
Which one? You showed
The
them to me.
the Airmax 1/97
Oh, the ones that are
corduroy.
the corduroy.
Yeah.
Like, I think that these, I gotta share again. These, like, I think as a shoe, they look cool, but they're the kind of shoe to me that would just sit there and I would never wear them, if that makes any sense.
Oh, I would
just
wear
like,
the fuck out of them because
I'd be like,
A, it's a big flex that you have them, and B, another cool thing, if you wear those a lot, like the corduroy starts to fray once they get.
do they have a Velcro thing on the top? It looks like
Probably.
they've got.
I
That
don't know.
Velcro.
I haven't ever got my hands on them. Those are better than me. Anyway,
What did they retail for?
it's like not a
160.
lot, but they sold out instantly. They were just super limited, and so now they're $1,500 or whatever. But
Yeah.
anyway, the corduroy starts to fray on those when they start to get worn in, and they look cool. Like they look cooler the more you wear them.
Okay.
Yeah, like I've seen a lot of pictures on like Reddit and stuff of those that are worn in, and they look fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So if I had a pair, I would wear them a lot, just because I'd want them to get worn in like that because they look cool. Plus, I just really like the color. I like that shoe.
I do wear corduroy, but
it's
I don't.
a really cool shoe, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I still hate them.
Well, for $1,000, I would buy those over that Vapor Max.
Oh,
I'm also a big fan of the Air Max 97. I think it's the Air Max 1 and the Air Max 97 are my two favorites.
okay.
By a wide
Not
margin.
much of a fan of the 90.
I don't hate the 90, but I've looked through it trying to think about which one I would get, and there just isn't a colorway of the 90 that I love. I think my favorite colorway is the Off-White Desert Ore. The Off-White Air Max 90 Desert Ore. It looks like a military boot. It's got bright orange laces and an orange swoosh.
Oh, that one's cool.
I tried to get those when they dropped. It definitely took an L. Like every fucking Off-White sneaker. And
those are pretty cool.
That's my favorite Air Max 90 colorway.
That like barely looks like a 90 though.
I know. That might be why I like it. I'm not a huge fan of the 90. I think it's the same reason I'm not a fan of the Jordan 4 is it's got that kind of plasticky look. Like it's got that big plasticky thing on the heel. And I don't love the plasticky look, and I don't love the plasticky look of the 4 with all the different thingamajigs on it, like the wings and stuff.
There's a whole bunch of I call them wings. There's a whole bunch of 4s that are dropping this month that I'm not a huge fan of. They're all white. Ones? They're like white with little pieces of like.
Yeah, they're all going to resell pretty good, from what I've heard, because they're a regional drop. So America gets, I think, the purple ones, and then Europe gets a color, Asia gets a color, Australia gets a color, some shit like that.
So they're probably going to resell by a lot. See, I feel like my feeling with the Air Max is it's like I'd be more of like a person to resell these. Like these are the kind of shoe I could like be fine with just not even wearing and selling them off, you know?
Yeah. If you get them and you like don't like them, I think you can definitely. It's a possibility. Sell them
Yeah.
off of StockX.
I mean, but like I'm looking at the reverse duck ones or whatever, and they're not worth that much more. It's more of a like I'd wear them at that price, like where they're
Yeah,
selling
those
for.
those Volt camo ones, I think those are really cool.
I hope that they
Those
don't.
are one of my favorite, actually, my favorite colorways of the 90 that I've seen so far. I
I hope I
just,
can
I
get my
just
hands
don't,
on a pair.
I don't want them for me, but I like the way they look.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's some ridiculous. I found some ridiculous ones, but I did. It was weird in my like hating these shoes. I
Mm-hmm.
started to find pairs that I liked and stuff that I liked about it. And it's just like anything else, it like kind of wore me down. And then eventually I was like, all right, I want a pair. like,
Yeah.
like, I was like, God damn
So
it.
if we come and circle all the way back to these,
Yeah.
is there anything you like about these?
I love the see-through
Okay.
sole on them. I do like that a lot.
Yeah, that
And
is a cool detail.
I like that they're mismatched. I do
Mm-hmm.
like that, but for some reason I just hate the print. I really don't like that print.
It's really busy.
It's
I'll give you that.
it's busy, and I think it, as a designer myself, it
Mm-hmm.
bothers me because there's how like how it just, I don't know, like there are a lot of lines in it, but it's just, I don't know. It to me it kind of looks like a golf shoe or something, like
All right.
a golf cleat. Like some dorky golf cleat, and then at a closer glance it looks like a children's shoe to me. And I mean that's just like, I think a lot of, so like, I guess we'll go along a little bit on this one.
That's okay.
Like
Yeah.
we're talking about taste and like how we develop taste.
Mm-hmm.
My taste of loving camo stuff came from me wearing it ironically, and then it just sort of became what, like, it was a cliche. It would just, and then it became what I did, and then I like started finding pieces of it that I did like, and like incorporating it. Like I do like that it's like fairly masculine,
Mm-hmm.
and it is still a running joke with my partner and I, where like if he buys me something, it's like it gets me like a camo thing, I probably am going to wear it and probably going
Mm-hmm.
to like it. And it's still a little bit of a silly thing, but it's just like it's masculine, and like I think that I tend to veer towards more masculine things, and then if it's a little bit more on the feminine side, I tend to just like push it away in
Mm-hmm.
a way. And I think that probably is deep seated in my like internalized homophobia or whatever that I have.
Sure.
Like
Yeah.
residuals of that happening. And even
Yeah,
like
that makes sense.
some of the running shoes and the style
Mm-hmm.
of the running shoe stuff, I'm slowly coming around, but I spent my whole childhood hating on that stuff because of being a skateboarder. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, you wear skate shoes, and like most
Yeah,
skate
because
shoes,
Airmaxes probably wouldn't be good to skate, right?
it'd be
Because they were
terrible.
built as a running shoe.
No, they
I
would be
can't really
terrible.
imagine running in them. I don't think they'd be amazing for it, but
Yeah,
probably they were in the 90s or something. But
I love in that Jordan documentary where he's
Mhm.
talking about how he wore the ones in the Knicks stadium, like as a like homage to it,
Yeah,
because it
yeah, he
was going
wore
to be
them
the
at
last game that he
MSG
played
or
there.
whatever, right?
And
And they like
his feet were just
demolished his
bleeding.
feet. And that's something I thought the first time I bought a pair of ones. I put them on. I was like, wait, somebody did something in these, like
It
useful.
means so bad for that.
Like there's nothing there's nothing there. There's no support that I'm
No,
aware of. I think you might have
but
to lace them up nice and tight. And I
Jordan
don't do that,
ones,
of course. I wore them fucking untied, basically.
but in
Just
the early 90s, like Jordan ones, skaters wore them all the time. Like if you go back and watch a lot of
right,
like,
but skate shoes don't have a lot of support, isn't the right?
well, I mean, they were in, I don't even know, they were for basketball, but
Mm-hmm.
skateboarders wore them. Like it was just like a thing that they wore. Like if you go back and watch like the early Tony Hawk stuff,
Okay.
he wasn't, because he was sponsored by Vans, but everybody around him was wearing Jordan 1s or Dunks. like that. And so
Okay.
for me, that is a very nostalgic shoe, and
Yeah.
in the heritage of like what got me into shoes, which was
Mhm.
skateboarding. Now, running shoes, I've said this before, I think I've said this before, but like I only recently started wearing them. Before, I was just like, I'm not a like dumb dad, like, like
And then you got a
they're
pair and
like
they were
fat guy
comfortable as
running
fuck, and
shoes. And
you're
then
like, "Oh, okay, never mind this. It's awesome."
I got a pair of like these wide Nikes. We could maybe
Mhm.
do them for an episode. I wish I could find them again. I absolutely cannot, because I've worn them into the ground. But they're my favorite. Those kind of were like, oh, okay, my feet don't hurt right now.
Mhm.
And so I started wearing running shoes.
Yeah.
Started fully fat guy running shoes, like, which is like a running shoe that where you're like, oh, boy, you just bought the shoes. You ain't running anywhere. Like,
I'm
so for
trying to
me,
think
typically
about.
like a sporty shoe, I don't like at first
Yeah.
glance. And then I kind of like, I have to sort of like peel it away and be like, oh, okay, well, there are aspects that I like. And once again, I like the plasticky or the rubberized stuff. And that might be just from my heritage of skateboarding, snowboarding, and
Mm.
skiing and stuff. It's like, this kind of looks like a ski thing or a
Yeah,
snowboard boot.
I prefer the more like leather. I like leather.
Leather over the
I
like
think
rubberized,
yeah, I'd rather have more natural materials, more leather, more fabric, and less plastic.
less plastic.
Yeah.
I like the
Overall. And then
little
again,
accents.
and then I turn right around and I like things like the Yeezy 700, which is just a massive chunk of foam
It's
with
just a
like
big old
although it does have a lot of leather on the upper, the Yeezy 700.
yeah. Yeah. I was looking at some of those today.
Yeah.
There's like a crazy hiking boot thing that's coming out uh pretty soon.
A Yeezy?
Yeah.
Oh, the 500 Tyrian, is that the
Yeah, I don't
colorway?
know. I
The
don't have a
500
tab
high.
for it right
I'm
now.
not a
Yeah.
fan of the
It's
500s.
very weird.
But anyway, one last thing about
Yeah,
these
yeah.
that I was thinking about that I think is one of the reasons I really like them is they're the only shoe that looks like this.
Yeah.
They're the only shoe with a fucking maze on it.
Mhm.
They're just so unique, and they're when I saw them I was like, that's not something I've ever seen before. And
They
I
are
like
unique.
it, and I like how unique they are. And that was one of the big things for me is I was like, that's cool, and it's the only shoe that's got a fucking maze on it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. It's silly
It is
and it's
ridiculous.
fun. I thought it was cool. I continue to think it's cool. It's one of my favorite
I
pairs of
still
shoes.
just like I keep saying, like I find it so fascinating. I find fascinating like what when you're like, oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Because even like I feel like when you're a little kid, you know what's cool, and or you think you know what's cool and not cool.
Yeah.
But really it's like my older cousin wears these and I think he's cool. Like my whole
Yeah,
history
no,
of
I
skateboarding
bought
is
these
based on
purely
my
on
cousin.
I looked through the shoes that were dropping on that day, and I was like, this was when I looked through the six, this
Yeah.
was the one that I was like, I have to have that one.
Okay.
Because it was so wacky. It was so different from anything I'd ever seen. I was like, that's crazy and cool. To me, it's just unique and interesting and fun.
Yeah.
And and also I like that people think it's childish and they think it's silly and why would you wear that? And oh, that's so dumb. Why would you like I would never wear that and I'm just like, yeah, exactly. And I'm wearing
So
it right now.
if
Like it's
you
sort of
could buy
for
another
me it's
pair,
sort
would
of
you?
like oh, absolutely. I'm always going to have a pair of these. Like yeah, it's I like going on stage in them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fun. And for me it's like the fact that people think they're stupid sort of and they're definitely loud and
They
kind
kind
of a
of
statement
they
of
kind
being
of
like
remind me of like a what's like a 50s dance shoe. You know what I mean? I think that's
no,
what I no
not really.
like
I believe it or not, I haven't made a big foray into the world of dance in the 50s.
uh it's like this black and white, oh, what are they
That's
called?
because they didn't have color movies back then.
I found a picture of what I'm kind of thinking that they look like. And now that I'm looking at it, not as much, but well, like a saddle shoe is what it's called.
Sounds like some John Wayne shit.
Yeah, they look
Cowboys
like saddle
riding in a
shoes to
saddle.
me, and for some reason that's why I kind of don't like them.
Hmm.
I will share the screen and then we're gonna
Okay.
wrap up here. This is what a saddle shoe is. This
Oh, I don't hate that. That's cool.
50s, sort of like they kind of have like a saddle shoe look to me.
Yeah, it
Maybe it's
looks
just
like
because of the black and
kind
white
of looks
part.
like an Oxford almost, but then is it a little just chunkier?
Yeah, I don't know. They just look like saddle shoes to me.
Oh, yeah, I don't hate those though. I feel like I would wear those too.
You're like,
I'm not mad
no,
at those.
I
I
like
don't.
them better now. I'm like
Yeah, no,
comparing them to
you
stuff,
have
and it's
yet to
like
make an argument that's convincing here. No, these are fantastic.
I'm sure some of the billions are convinced. They're like, yeah, fuck this shoe.
Oh yeah, no, I expect this shoe to be polarizing because it's fucking silly. It's ridiculous, and that's part of why I like it. I like that not everybody likes it.
And
I
that's what I
like that
like.
it's a shoe that I like.
And that's what I like about you is that you are an individual and you stand by some choices like that. Like I'm
Oh, and
just such
it's
a
also it's
conformer
just
where I'm just like,
it's
I
so
hate
much
this.
more
And then I'm like,
fun.
well, there's this
Well,
aspect. And
here's
then
the thing, dude, is with
fucking
things
waking
like
up at 6
shoes.
a.m. to buy some shoes now.
Hell yeah. No, that's what you got to do. And with things like shoes that don't matter that much, it's so much more fun. If you like it,
Yeah.
dig your heels in. It's so much more fun to argue about shit that doesn't matter than it is to conform on shit that doesn't matter.
I just see my whole, but
I
like my,
spent a couple hours last week
yeah.
arguing with our friends about whether or not Lana Del Rey's cover of Doing Time was better than Sublime. My opinion is that Lana Del Rey knocked it out of the park, and Sublime, not my favorite band in the first place. I felt like their song was kind of weak, and she just came in and did it better. This has proven to be a very unpopular opinion, but I
That's
have continued to dig my heels in because it doesn't matter. It so doesn't
it's
matter
so
that it's
pointless.
a fun thing to take a hard stance on, and that's really my life philosophy.
Take harder. Well,
Take
I
a
hope that
hard
I can
stance,
take
but only
harder
on shit that
stances on
doesn't
stuff.
matter. Like I'm not gonna go and have a debate on abortion. I don't know the stats.
I'm
I
so,
don't care.
I don't.
I mean, I don't want to go into a deep, meaningful conversation, but I'll go deep on a pointless
On a
conversation.
pointless one. That's
That's
cool.
what I'm really saying is I'll go deep if it doesn't matter.
Yeah. All right. I think that's gonna do it for this episode. Very stoked.
Right.
I feel good about it.
Yeah, I thought this was a good
You feel
episode.
good?
Yeah, hell yeah. Everybody like, subscribe, share the videos.
Yep.
What else do YouTube, Instagram influencers say? I don't know.
Hey guys.
Hey guys, another fucking video. Like and
Hit the
subscribe.
bell.
Smash that like button.
Yeah, click the
Just
bell. It makes a
pull
noise.
your dick out and fucking slap the screen of your phone till it subscribes. Fuck yeah, smash the like button.
Dude,
Anyway.
I don't think it gets any better than smashing the like button with your dick.
Yeah, just dick slap your phone, bro. All right.
All right, goodbye.
I think we got to be out with that one.